Hi, I'm Aman Ladia, a 17-year-old entrepreneur and developer from Bombay, India. I've been a product developer for the last 4 years, and I've developed several products ranging from an AI-enabled home automation device to a safety jacket for riders, both of which have won awards at the international level and have been recognized by the Department of Innovation in India. My latest venture is a cryptocurrency startup called Liquid. Liquid is a one-of-a-kind blockchain startup that aims to improve interoperability between the crypto and the fiat world. All the crypto earnings, be it in Bitcoin or hundreds of other crypto tokens, can be converted to fiat cash, to dollars, to euros, that can be actually spent in the real world within 20 seconds with fees that are 50 to 100 times smaller than what you would pay today. Finally, with Liquid, we've created a platform that allows people to interact with crypto the way they interact with normal money. We've removed the distinction between a cryptocurrency and a fiat currency by issuing a liquid credit card, a card that runs on cryptocurrencies and not on fiat money. Other than this, Liquid also has a research wing, and we've been working actively with banks in the Middle East and governments to develop products related to blockchain, new technologies that will hopefully change the world. When I meet people and I tell them about cryptocurrencies, I tell them about Bitcoin, the first thing they tell me is, Aman, isn't that what's used on the dark web to buy drugs and make illegal transactions? Unfortunately, this is what cryptocurrencies have made to be look like today, and this perception, in my opinion, needs to be changed. And this is what Liquid's doing. It's making cryptocurrencies transparent, easy to access, and in doing so, it's made people more aware about it. It's made people understand that cryptocurrencies are no different from regular money. And finally, we've given the power of cryptocurrencies not to anonymous entities on the internet or not to big financial organizations, but we've given it to the people. Everyday people who can use cryptocurrencies the way they would use normal cash. And that's the difference Liquid's making today. The financial sector has been very quick to reject cryptocurrencies. We've had some of the world's major banks come up and speak out against crypto, talk about it as virtual currency that has no value. But fortunately or unfortunately, crypto is here to stay. Today, crypto is worth around $158 billion, and it's only going to grow. So the only way we can adopt cryptocurrencies is if we make them interoperable with the financial world. And this is what Liquid has done. Finally, cryptocurrencies aren't disjoint. They are connected to the financial sector, to governments, to cards, to Visa, to MasterCard. And in doing so, we've allowed the traditional banking sector to make use of cryptocurrencies without being afraid of them, without neglecting them, but rather adopting them as a whole. So the world's first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was started only around 9 years ago. And even today, when I meet people, most of them don't really know what it is. Imagine the case 2 or 3 years ago when I first started talking about cryptocurrencies. Nobody knew about it, most were skeptical, and very few were ready to put their money on a startup in such a new field. I think over time, people have gotten more educated, and I have taken it up as a cause. I frequently speak at industry conferences, cybersecurity conferences, and I use these platforms as a medium to inform people about cryptocurrencies, to make a distinction between crypto and blockchain. And I've realized that as soon as I do this, as soon as I put this really complicated technology in simple words that ordinary people can understand, people start appreciating the value that these currencies bring about. And that objective, in my opinion, has really made it possible for me to pitch Liquid to people, to tell people about cryptocurrencies and make them more acceptable to this new form of currency. A year ago, I was going to a conference, and this was going to be one of the first times I was going to tell people about Liquid. And at this conference were some people that I've always looked up to, people who I always thought were visionaries, people who would understand my idea. But frankly, when I went there and I spoke to some of them, I was in for disappointment. Some of them just blankly turned me down. Others said, you know what, Aman, it's a good idea, but let's leave this aside for now. You're 16, just starting off. Do you really want to start off on such a difficult path, a path that's not really been explored before? And I just thought to myself that, am I doing the wrong choice? Am I making the wrong choice here? Choosing Liquid, a cryptocurrency startup. Is that right for a 16-year-old entrepreneur? But I was really lucky. I was really lucky to have these mentors who always told me, you know what, Aman, if you want to be the next Steve Jobs or the next Bill Gates, you've got to do something different. These guys didn't go around doing something that people have already done. They started new industries. These guys faced rejection hundreds of times. And frankly, from that moment onwards, I have written emails. 90%, 95% of them have been disappointments, but I always look forward to that one email that's positive, that one meeting where I think something can happen. And I think that's what really keeps me going, and that's something that entrepreneurs should keep in mind when they start a business. I think blockchain is the perfect example of a technology that was nothing a couple of years ago and is beginning to take shape right now. In my own field, I can tell you that the hype surrounding technologies like blockchain has begun to die down, and we are finally having these real-life use cases that can actually make a difference coming out to the real world. So Liquid is just one amongst many cryptocurrency companies, many blockchain companies that are striving to make a difference. And I know many of these founders, I know people like me, older than me, struggling in blockchain, but I think what really keeps us united is knowing that maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, blockchain is going to be ubiquitous. Whether you like it or not, data sharing is changing. Databases were invented 40 or 50 years ago, and finally we have an alternative that's more secure, more robust, and more transparent. So I don't think the technology is going anywhere, it's just going up, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm the youngest speaker at the Future Blockchain Summit that's been organized by the Dubai Smart City. And I'm speaking about a technology that I've been working on for quite a while. It's a technology that brings together blockchain and artificial intelligence and allows companies to finally share data for the purpose of building better artificial intelligence and machine learning models. So I'm going to be speaking about that, a little bit about the technical aspects, but more so about the use cases and how this technology is really going to make a difference in the coming years.